The ePayment tab allows you to set up your bank, your account information, your checking or credit card information, and the date that you want to start withdrawal. This will allow you to set up what we call ACH, or automatic withdrawal from your checking account. It will also allow you to make a one-time payment using an e-check or a credit card. So if you are not set up on ACH, and you want to make a payment online, you can simply select this tab, put in your account information, and make a one-time payment using a check or a credit card. We're going to go back to the home page. The documents on the right-hand side, in general, will be in PDF format. In some cases, they are not. It is our goal to set all of our associations up so the documents are in a PDF format. It's universal, and it's easy for the unit owner or board member to open the document. These are live documents, and most of what the association uses on a regular basis. In other words, we post minutes of meetings, we post meeting agendas, we post the monthly newsletter. We also post forms that unit owners may need or have access to on a regular basis, such as the architectural application or other applications that the association may have. By selecting the Documents sub-tab under the Home, this will take you to all documents that the association has posted. The event calendar is just that. It's the calendar of the association. We are working with our boards to populate this on a more regular basis. This particular association does not have or has not scheduled any events. If they were to, such as a board meeting, it would appear on the calendar and you would be notified as that event was approaching. The Surveys tab underneath the Home tab is not utilized at this time, but it is available for associations if they'd like to have an online survey. This would allow the board to create an online survey and then distribute it to all of its units owners where they can respond, and then we can tally the results with ease online.
And Steve, that's something that's entirely synchronized, so if they were to set up a survey, it would automatically route all the information back to either their TrustLink account or their email, correct?
That's correct.
So pretty user-friendly offering there.
Depending on association, we'll have multiple forms available in which you can communicate with the management trust. This particular association has two. It has a work order request and questions for the manager. These are great tools because a unit owner or a board member, while in TrustLink, can submit a request for a work order. Again, and maybe there's an issue with a common area. If they're in a condominium, perhaps there's an issue with their unit. They can place the request. It's logged in the TrustLink, and we're notified and can follow up, and it creates the availability for history and reports for the board to see what work orders were submitted and how they were handled. Questions for your manager are just that. It's a direct link to your manager. You can send an email that way and ask them, and again, it logs the information, and we can track the communication between the client and the management trust. Architecturals. This allows the board to see all architectural requests that have been submitted to the association, and again in real time. They are able to create their own search results by selecting different parameters and can look at, again, all architectural requests for the association. It will allow them to see what the request is, the address for the request, whether it's been approved, if it's pending, if it was approved with condition, or if it wasn't approved at all. Invoice approval within TrustLink is one of my favorite parts of TrustLink, and here's why. It allows the board to look at an invoice for payment online It allows the board to approve the invoice online, and then the management company is able to affix their signature to the check and process this. What this enables us to do, especially in Las Vegas, where the management company is not allowed to sign checks on behalf of the board, is it lowers our liability. It ensures that bills are being paid timely. It also allows the board to monitor expenses, and we no longer have to deliver checks to the board of directors, nor do they have to come and visit our office to pick up checks. Each division varies, and each state varies as to what they can do. But regardless of what restrictions may be in place, this affords the board member the opportunity to do this at their convenience and still process accounts payable. By selecting the invoice approval, TrustLink will display the vendor, if there is a vendor pending for payment. It will allow the board member to view the document, review the invoice. On all of the invoices, the manager will have already approved the invoice based on budget. The board can double check their work, and if they are in agreement that it needs to be paid, they simply click the Date Approved box and select Yes. I'm not actually going to select Yes on this one because it is a live account, and I'm not authorized to approve the invoice. Now, once the invoice is approved, another board member who is designated would do the same process. And once both of those have selected Yes, then the management trust is notified that the bill is approved, and we will process the check and deliver it or mail it to the service provider. The board, yes?
How does this may be a silly question, but how does this actually get to this point? If a vendor does submit an invoice, how is it processed into TrustLink for approval?
Great question. All of our invoices are, we receive them by mail. They are directed to the appropriate manager. The manager has a list of accounts that have been approved by the board. They have a budget that's been approved by the board. So they will go through the invoice, make sure that the services were completed, that the invoice is accurate, the charges are accurate, and then they'll code it. They then give it to our accounting department, and accounting creates the entry and uploads it into TrustLink. At this time, we then notify the board that they have invoices available for approval. In the future, this whole process will be automated. The invoice will be approved by the manager. It will be then scanned into TrustLink, and from that point, everything is automated, from the journal entry to the notification to the board and back to the management trust.
So it's the job of the management trust to get this information into TrustLink, and from there it's taken by a board member for approval.
Correct. After the management trust uploads it into TrustLink, then what we've done for our boards in Las Vegas is that we have set up specific dates where their invoices will be posted, so there isn't any guesswork. They can, for this particular account, it happens to be on Wednesdays. They know that every Wednesday by noon, any invoices that they have outstanding will be posted to TrustLink. They can go online, view them, review them, and approve them. As I mentioned before, in the future, what will happen is that the board member will receive email notification that an invoice is available.